been on the same team because they both from the Bronx. All right. So at the time, Tjay, he used to show me his DMs. He like, yo, bro, look. He showing me his DMs. He like, yo, look. He showing me everybody he writing. He showed me he wrote Bubba, QP or Bubba. Well, whoever's A Boogie manager, the dark-skinned one, I think is QP. So he told me he wrote QP. He like, yo, look. He like, yeah, I was talking to QP, and then he showed me the messages like, yo, Highbridge know who I am. I'm telling you right now, little Tjay loved A Boogie, bro. I'm so mad that they situation went like this because little Tjay loved A Boogie. From what I was getting, being around him before, like when he was on his way up, he loved him. He basically was trying to get next to them. You got to understand, though. You got to understand, right? If you are somebody coming up and your idol is the king already, and even if you are understudy, you got all respect for them. Little Tjay had mad respect for A Boogie and he had mad respect for Highbridge because you got to understand in the Bronx, they set the tone. Nobody from the Bronx thought they was going to ever make it. Little Tjay looked at A Boogie as, yo, this is the standard. If I want to make it, I got to look up to A Boogie. That's why he sounds like A Boogie to people, because A Boogie was the standard. Little Tjay never had no jealousy towards A Boogie. It was always love. He always wanted to be like him. And everybody else in the Bronx did too. Now, little Tjay wanted to get next to A Boogie and them and be friends with them. But I do believe that Highbridge didn't accept him because they felt like he sounded like him. And everybody from the Bronx knows that Highbridge is like, they are part of the Bronx, but they own part of the Bronx, and that's how they kind of move. Not to discredit nobody, but they got their own wave over there in Highbridge. So when Tjay reached out to QP to try to get next to A Boogie and them, because he felt like, yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. He already had 1 million views. He like, yo, he wrote QP. He like, yo, bro. He be like, yo, bro, y'all see me? Y'all heard of me? I'm coming up. You see me? And he was like, nah, you doing your thing, but you got to keep working. You're not there yet. Like, so I feel like that hurt him. Like, to hear your idol tell you you're not there yet, you got to keep working. You got to understand, like, I know y'all saw a lot of movies where like somebody turned to a villain or like, if you looking at a person and you thinking, yo, I finally made it. Who else is lit in the city? Let me get next to all lit people. Think about it. Even when I met Lil Tjay, he was a fan of me. He was happy that he was around me because to him, I was Spike Tarantino, and to him, he was still Lil Tjay. But I'm looking like, yo, bro, you next, you coming up. He was excited. So the same way he looked at me, the same way he looked at Boogie and them, he wanted to be next to Boogie and them. But Boogie and them didn't accept him. They was like, no, it just didn't work. And then that turned into like I'm going to prove to them that I can make it without them. And as you can see, I don't want to get too much into detail about the Ella and him situation. I'm going to leave that because that's between them. But I do know there was a point in time where Tjay definitely wanted to be cool with Boogie and them. He reached out to them and they just denounced him. Not on some being mean, but I spoke to QP personally. He told me when he was like, QP focusing on Boogie, bro. Like, if A Boogie is my artist, I can understand. I got the biggest artist in the Bronx. If somebody else come out, I don't care what they doing. I'm focusing on Boogie. I'm focusing on Don Q. So it should have never went this far. But like I said, it went this far because people just the egos, and it was a point of time where a person felt like, why can't I be accepted? Now, Boogie did do a song with Lil Tecca. So it wasn't like Tjay wasn't good enough to get a verse or to get the reach out. It was on some, you ain't there yet. You know what I mean? And when Lil Tjay wasn't there yet, he proved himself. A lot of times, bigger artists always tell a younger artist, like, yo, you got to prove yourself before you can get next to me. I feel like maybe Boogie felt like, yo, you sound like me. You still in my shit. I'm not jacking you. It is what it is. Cool. Stay over there. I'm not hating on you, but I'm not about to do a song with you. And I feel like Tjay felt like, well, I don't actually sound like you. I'm inspired by you. I would have hoped that me and you could get a song together. And that just never happened. And it definitely should have never went this far because Tjay almost lost his life over this whole little situation. Like I said, bro, I'm one of the only people that probably ever spoke on this story that I just told y'all. A lot of people don't know about this because a lot of people wasn't around. I knew Lil Tjay when he was before the deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm around him. This is when he living from hotel to hotel, and I'm around him. So I'm hearing how he's perceiving everything. He had no jealousy towards Boogie. He looked up to Boogie. He respected Boogie. And who wasn't a fan of Boogie? Everybody in the city was a fan of Boogie. He was a fan of Boogie. Who wasn't? But that doesn't take away from him being like who he was and maybe wanted to have acceptance because Boogie and him was the status quo. If you are a basketball player, you just like LeBron. LeBron want validation from Jordan. Boogie is the validation. He's the Jordan. Tjay was the LeBron. He wanted the validation. He wanted the cosign. Like, yo, it was good, Boogie. Yo, you fuck with me, and he didn't get the cosign, and it got bad after that. You know, and y'all know the rest. I ain't telling y'all too much more after that. But y'all, first time hearing it here, because I don't get nobody tell me nothing. I was there. I'm one of the people who want Lil Tjay and Boogie to squash the fucking beef and do a song together. I'm one of the people. I wish I could get them in the same room together because at the end of the day, all we have is the Bronx, bro. Like, you know how hard it is to make it from the Bronx? It's almost impossible for Tjay to be a millionaire, for Boogie to be a millionaire. It's impossible. So for them to be that blessed and to get out, they showing all the other kids is doable. I definitely wish they could be able to do a song together and show them unity is there also. But a lot of stuff happened in between that I have no control over. And thank God they both still here with us. That's the beauty in it. You feel me? Thank God they still here with us. Because at the end of the day, like, we know how the streets is, bro. It don't love nobody. It's just crazy. But yeah, that's that story. Whoever was here that just heard that, I just got the inside scoop. I remember when me and Tjay shot forever. Shout out to Tjay. We shot forever. We went all the way by Soundview. And Tjay, and I'm gonna tell you another story about Tjay. This day he wanted to be mind you, he had a security guard with him. His security guard had the gun. Tjay is taking his security guard's chop, trying to hold it. And how did K and Tjay meet? K and Tjay met because they've been to each other before Fame. A lot of y'all don't know that. So K Flock already been around and known in that same area with Tjay before the Fame. So like before the Fame, they was already coming across each other. So while Tjay was famous, K Flock was already coming up in the block already, even when he was no Fame, because they neighborhoods is close and already good with each other. What? Get down. Get down. Yeah, so Tjay and Tjay was cool with Shy K. Yeah, they knew each other too. Nah, we still got one mic. One mic is handling it right now. I just spoke to one mic earlier. He about to handle that and get that page back.